Hey there, this is Kramer from Kramer Games, and I'm going to show you a little bit of Ghost Recon Wildlands Ghost War PvP Open Beta. In this video, I'm going to break down a little bit of what I think could be improved on, what I think could be maybe adjusted, and just what I think is good about the game overall. Just to get it out of the way, I do think the game is fairly decent at its current state. You know, obviously lots to be improved on, you know, can be changed to make it a little bit more competitive, in my personal opinion. But let's get into it, and yeah, check it out. And if you like the video, don't forget to subscribe. Just right off the bat, maps, I like that they're spacious, but I feel like they're too big for a 4 vs 4 environment. You're only playing 4 vs 4, so you have 4 players, and the map, don't get me wrong, Ghost Recon Wildlands, the map is beautiful, the map is large, but in PvP, while it is small and sectioned off, it needs to be smaller, I feel. There's just so much open area, so much open space that you can just run around. You can literally sprint around and hide almost the whole time. And you know, obviously you're not going to do that every round and win or get a draw, but you can literally just hide and run around and sprint. And if you can sprint around and hide in the map for the whole round, like, I don't know, it just seems a little too big. Too big for comfort. If the gun doesn't have a silencer on it, you get spotted instantly. So you'll always be able to be spotted by the enemy when you're shooting a gun, basically. Your pistols have a suppressor on them, so you're not going to be seen when you're firing your pistol. But every assault rifle, every submachine gun, every sniper rifle, they do not have a suppressor. The base game, obviously, you have a suppressor. You can attach it by aiming down sight, pressing L by default. In the multiplayer game, if you aim down sight, you don't have that option at all. So you can't add a suppressor, you can't make your bullets silent, and you can't hide your tracers from your main assault rifle or your main sniper rifle, your primary weapon. Do I think that's a good thing? I think it's alright, because again, the maps are so large that you need to be able to know where you're getting shot from. One thing that does help when people are just, like I said, running around, being undetected, you can essentially grab a recon tower, and the recon tower, or an intel tower they call it, it provides the ability to see enemies. It basically spots all your enemies for a short period of time. Although the spotting is necessary because there's just so much camo and brush in the world, you need to be able to have a feature like this, like an ability like this, like the recon tower, because there's just times, at least I played this game for maybe 10 hours over the weekend, over the beta weekend, so it's not like I have this, you know, so much experience that I'm the best player ever, but I feel like if there's the ability to just constantly run around and hide, people are going to do it. Like, you know, obviously it's not going to happen all the time, but people are going to do it, and it's going to be cheese. And a good developer is always going to minimize the amount of cheese. That's just my opinion. You're not going to make any game perfect, no game is going to be perfect, but just right here, for example, this dude spent 8 minutes, every round is 8 minutes, this dude spent 8 minutes sprinting around the map, just look at that, and he gets a draw. That doesn't make any sense. It's 4 vs 4, we killed 3 of your teammates, you killed none of our teammates, and you don't lose the round, you don't get penalized for that at all. That doesn't make any sense. This is supposed to be, sure, it's not a competitive game where we're going to see esports tournaments, but it's supposed to be a competitive shooter. This is supposed to be something that people hop online and they get in with their squad and they say, hey, let's go, you know, let's see if we can climb the leaderboards, for example. That's competitive. This game is competitive. It's not ESL or ESEA or Counter-Strike or Rainbow Six. One thing I think that is terrible about this game is the servers. Ubisoft, this is 2017. 2017. You guys are using peer-to-peer servers. This is just, it's not acceptable. It doesn't matter if we're playing Ghost Recon Wildlands, we're playing Rainbow Six Siege, we're playing Dota. It doesn't matter. P2P servers are bad because it allows, one, the host can just leave at any time, and it just causes a delay in the game. That's just a bad thing right off the bat. 2, hosts can sort of dictate the type of connection you get. I mean, games are obviously supposed to choose the best host, but the best host can still flip a lag switch. The best host can still flip a lag switch. Still got one guy up on the hill there. I don't know. I think it's overall a good game. I think this is something that should have been included with Ghost Recon Wildlands right when it came out, because I feel that from the forums, from the Reddit, the subreddit for the game, the forums, Twitter, just social media presence in general, the general consensus for Ghost Recon Wildlands is that the game was solid, like the game was fun, but it lacked in almost every field. When you develop a game of this caliber and everyone is super hyped about it, and all they want is a PvP mode or a replayability or something to give the game longevity, you need to put that in the game. Ghost Recon Wildlands was considered what people say one and done, and they were done with it, myself included. And I may come back and play a little bit of Wildlands when the Ghost of War beta releases officially, which is supposed to be sometime this fall. But I can't see myself quitting games that I'm currently playing. I currently play a lot of Rainbow Six Siege. I play a lot of PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. I can't see myself putting those aside for Ghost Recon Wildlands PvP mode. It just doesn't seem like something that I'd do. If this was in the game when it launched, if I could go and fight the Santa Blanca cartel and, you know, do all my missions, and then it's like, oh, I'm getting a little tired of this, let's go pop online for some PvP, that's a good thing. I'm going to give Ghost Recon Wildlands a 6.5 or maybe a 7 out of 10. The reason is primarily because I feel that this game should have been included in the standalone Ghost Recon Wildlands. I feel that adding a PvP mode now is just too little too late. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Take care. Bye.